Good afternoon from Cambodia. I would like to send this message to my friend, all and you, in this region, ASEAN, and around the world. I am not a member of the royal government of Cambodia. I have no political or diplomatic constraint to moderate my voice. I am just a citizen of Cambodia. And I would like to address to my friend with frankness and sincerity. Because since the conflict between Cambodia and Thailand has erupted, I am deeply disturbed by the way international relations have been practiced. I have a strong belief and conviction that, like in family, in community, in society, the country in the region and around the world should be governed by the same rules, by morality, by fairness, by justice, and common sense. Why I say that? Let's examine the behavior of Cambodia and Thailand in this conflict and of the international community representative. During this conflict, and especially very recently, a few days ago, China, through the spokesman of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, le président de la République française, Emmanuel Macron, President Donald Trump, Mr. Anwar Ibrahim, the chair of the ASEAN, all made almost the same statement that Thailand and Cambodia should implement a self-restraint, should go back to the negotiation table, should implement the ceasefire right away, should resolve this war through negotiation and not through armed confrontation. I'm very disturbed because Cambodia and Thailand, our Prime Minister and Thailand Prime Minister have signed the agreement on 26 October in Kuala Lumpur, co-signed by President Donald Trump and Mr. Anwar Ibrahim as high witnesses. Since then, Cambodia has always been respecting, implementing all the terms in the joint declaration. But in Thailand, they always create small incident even without international verification or investigation, pretexting this to launch a war against Cambodia. Thailand always said that they do it to practice according to international law of self-defense. But the result from the ground have demonstrated that it's not anymore self-defense. Thailand has been using air, land, sea, all the means to strike Cambodia. Now, 500,000 of Cambodian innocent people have fled their home. and almost 20 innocent civilian lives have already died and many wounded, including baby, newborn, including children, no school, living in the camp. Thailand has bombed using F-16, US F-16, to bomb also Cambodian temple that's supposed to be UNESCO World Heritage, Pravihir, Takrabai. And even yesterday and this morning, they bombed in the province of Siem Reap, not very far away of Angkor Temple. They destroy our bridge. Their navy bombed without any provocation, any justification, the coastal province of Kong of Cambodia, pushing hundreds of thousands of civilians to run away from Kong. All this should be very clear to the world. Who is practicing self-defense and who is not self-defense, but invading war against Cambodia. In my eyes, in my opinion, all this should be clear enough to the world eyes, to the world leaders, who is aggressor, who is the victims. Yet, in all the statements that I already mentioned so far, all point the fingers to two of us, Thailand, Cambodia, should practice utmost self-restraint, go back to ceasefire, go back to negotiation table, and so on. My question to all of you is just this simple. Have Cambodians ever refused to do so? Prime Minister Hun Manet always say that, yes, we are ready for ceasefire, for talk, for implementing the joint declaration of Kuala Lumpur. We accept the term proposed by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to use the satellite, joint satellite, the US and Malaysia, to look into the ground who is starting first. We have always accepted any peace initiative proposal from anybody. But why you point the finger to two of us? Why you invite two to the table when one already accepted, always accepted? Why is it so difficult to just tell that Thailand, please go back to the table? Why ASEAN? For ASEAN, is it so difficult just to tell Thailand? Because Cambodia has been ready always. Just tell Thailand, go back to the negotiation table. I do understand the rules of international community, the diplomatic language, there's a restraint, moderation, diplomacy. I understand all this, but it's not working anymore. Because the simple people, the simple citizens like myself, see that in all this there's no morality, there's no fairness, there's no justice, there's no common sense in your attitude, behavior. when there's two conflict party, where one is always ready to talk, to go back to table negotiation, and when you point your fingers to two, it's not fair. It's not just, it doesn't make sense, and there's no morality. Yes. I think that international order like this cannot last long. It would create more and more conflict because of this ambiguity. My last point is that if you continue to do that, you will not help the majority of Thai people who is silent, who is quiet. Because in Thailand, they cannot say those things because there are lèse majesty provision in the constitution. So they are obliged to keep silence and allowed only the ultra-nationalists in Thailand, to express war against Cambodia. But my Thai friends, all of them, academia, businessmen, simple people, civil society, told me that they don't want this war. They want this war to stop so that relationship between the two people can resume in normal way. If you continue to point the finger to two of us like this, you will not help those silent people in Thailand to express their desire for peace and to send a strong message to their government, to their military government to stop this horrible war. I'm very sorry to be very frank, blunt, not very diplomatic. But it's time to say so, right? It's time to come back to a very simple principle of morality, fairness, justice, and just common sense. Thank you very much for your consideration. Goodbye.